Testing 1 2 3. Check check 1 2 3. And a pleasant good afternoon from Frank Wolfgang Field here on the campus of Delaware Valley University. I'm Scott Johnston from Eastern PA Sports Network. Welcome to today's broadcast. We are doing Bux Mont Connie Mack baseball in a matchup today featuring Chestnut Hill, who comes into this game with a 2-3 record, taking on Roslyn, who is winless on the season, 0-6. We are just a few minutes away, and glad you're spending some of your Sunday afternoon with us. This is game 2 of our doubleheader. Earlier today, the Upper Providence Monarchs rolled over Upper Providence number 1, 17-0, and then also there were 2 games played yesterday here at this showcase. Plymouth Whitemarsh beating Centennial 11-3, and Upper Providence 1, who lost earlier today, beat that same Monarchs team yesterday 4-2. So this is the 4th and final game of this showcase. We'd like to welcome all those listeners that are tuned in from the Chestnut Hill area, as well as those down in Abington, where Roslyn is located. Both umpires have arrived for today's game, and both coaches out there as well. And let's take a look at these 2 teams. Chestnut Hill, their head coach is Mark McGoldrick in his 8th year. Mark is a graduate of LaSalle College High School, class of 1993, and his team, again, 2-3 on the year. Team made up mostly of 15 and 16-year-olds. They do have 2 17-year-olds on their squad, and they have a lineup of players from a number of different high schools. LaSalle College High School, St. Joe's Prep, Roman Catholic, also Central High School, Springfield, and Springside Chestnut Hill Academy. So this is a team with players from a lot of different areas coming together during the summer and playing here in the Bux Mont Connie Mack League. Meanwhile, for Roslyn, their head coach is Paul Raymond. Paul also coaches football, I understand, at Abington High School. Serves as an assistant there. Originally from Connecticut, moved to this area and went to Drexel University. And he is hoping his team can pick up their first win of the season. They are 0-6, so it's been a rough go for Roslyn. A lot of their games have been very lopsided scores, so they're hoping to reverse their fortunes today as we're just about ready to get underway. You can follow Eastern PA Sports Network on all of our social media channels. You can find us on X, formerly Twitter, at East PA Sportsnet. Give us a like on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Instagram as well. Just search Eastern PA Sports Network and you can find all of our videos there. Roslyn is the home team. They are taking the field. On the mound, it'll be Dylan Anderson. Behind home plate, Brendan Parsons. In the infield, at first base, Jackson Waldowski. The second baseman, Max Dolich. At shortstop, it'll be Andrew Okarma, and over at third base, Beckett Dillon. In the outfield from left to right, Pete Wandana is the left fielder, center fielder Harrison Konecki, and in right, Pete Budwana. So we're just about ready to go. Roslyn, the home team, in their white tops, white bottoms, and red numbers. Chestnut Hill getting ready to bat as the warm-ups are taking place here. Beautiful campus here at Del Val University in the Doylestown area. This campus kind of in the farmland, if you will. You have the football field in the distance, and then you also have some other fields, the softball field, and a nice venue down here for our network to broadcast. We are based up in the Allentown area, do a lot of Lehigh Valley Connie Mack baseball, and we're happy to be down here doing Bux Mont. A season ago, we covered a number of these teams from the Bux Mont competing in the state tournament, which was held up in Lineport Stadium. So our first opportunity to see all these teams in action today is just a few minutes away, and we'll step aside right now. When we come back, we'll have the first pitch. Don't go away. It's Chestnut Hill and Roslyn. We'll have all the action coming up right after this. Welcome back here to Doylestown, Delaware Valley University, Frank Wolfgang Field for this Bux Mont Connie Mack game. I'm Scott Johnston from the Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network. You can find out more about our network on our brand new website, easternpasportsnetwork.com. You can also watch today's game on the Bux Mont YouTube channel, as we are hooking up our audio to their video, and we did that for game one, and very happy that worked out fine. So we're just about ready to go. Levetsky, he is the #1 pitcher for this Roslyn team as he gets the start today. He's 0-2 on the year. This will be his third start. He's given up 29 runs, but only 15 are earned. This Roslyn team, and talking to their head coach on the phone yesterday, told me that they've been hurt with errors in the field and some walks issued by their pitchers. So we'll see how Roslyn fares today as Levetsky has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're about ready to go. So Chestnut Hill batting first. Here's the first pitch of the game. That's upstairs for a ball. 1-0 the count. Levetzky's 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Mark McGoldrick in his 8th year leading Chestnut Hill, 2-3 overall record. They're missing about 5 starters. Other obligations going on, of course, during the summertime with kids working and playing travel ball. Maybe some vacations already going on. Wind picking up here at the field. Hot afternoon. Here's the windup and the next pitch upstairs for a ball. Levetzky's next pitch, and that's ball 4. That'll be a leadoff walk. So 1 on for Chestnut Hill. Max Dolich was the leadoff batter playing second base. Here's Ed Bongard. The runner breaks for second, throw down, not in time. It gets by the second baseman, and on his way to third is Dolich. So he is in safely over at third. Levetzky winds, next pitch, swing and a miss. Count now 1-1 to Bongard. Ed Bongard, a product of LaSalle College High School. That pitch fouled off and out of play. LaSalle got into the PIAA state tournament. A team that probably thought they were going to make a deep run, but they lost in the, I believe, the second round of the tournament. Their boys lacrosse team won the PIAA state championship yesterday out at Penn State. Always a perennial power from District 12. Dolich, the runner at third. 1-2 the count. No score in the top of the first. Here's the windup and the pitch, and there's a ground ball hit to third off of the third baseman, Dumas. A run will score on the play. That'll be an error, and a 1-0 lead for Chestnut Hill. Dumas got in front of that ball at third, but took a little bit of a bad hop, and at first base is Bongard. Dolich scores. Runner takes off for second, throw down is wide of the bag. Ball goes out the center, but not far enough for the runner to advance. Still nobody out in the inning. 1 run in for Chestnut Hill. Here's Dylan Tate batting. Tate lines a ball out to left center field. That's going to be in for a base hit. Runner coming around third is going to score on the play. Tate's into second base with a double. And now 2-0 in favor of Chestnut Hill. So Tate's first hit of the game, give him an RBI. And 2 early runs here for the visitors. That pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0 the count. Dimensions here at Del Val, 330 down both the left and right field lines. There's a ball crushed out the left field, over the head of the left fielder. That ball is going to take 1 hop off the fence. Scoring easily on the play is Tate. And heading over to third, he's in safely with a triple. Boy, that ball was smoked. 3 runs in for Chestnut Hill, up 3-0. That was Pete Wanadana batting. Bonadonna with his first hit of the game and an RBI. Swing and a miss to the batter. I want to thank both coaches for getting me information on their teams. Here's Harrison Konecny batting. Tapper foul down the third base line. Teams comprise the Bux Mont A division. Penn Ridge leading the way. They are still unbeaten. They're 7-0. Wissahickon 5-1. PW 5-2. Upper Providence Monarchs, who won earlier today, they also have just 2 losses on the year as that pitch is upstairs. Cheltenham 3-3. Chestnut Hill, who's playing today, 2-3. Centennial and Norriton both 2-5. Upper Providence 1, 2-6, and Roslyn out in the field, still winless at 0-6. As that pitch is upstairs for a ball. "3-0 Chestnut Hill," if you're just tuned in, playing in the top of the first. It's Bux Mont College Showcase. There have been some college coaches here in attendance, and we're hoping to have one of them on during the today's game, talking about some of the talent that we're seeing here. 2-1 the count here to Konecny. That pitch low for a ball. Still nobody out in the inning. Levetsky winds in the pitch outside, and that's ball 4. So Konecny will go down to first base. Second walk issued by Levetsky. So now runners at the corners for Brendan Parsons. Runner takes off from first. There'll be no throw down to second on the play. Parsons catching today. Here's the windup and the next pitch, and that's behind the batter. Spoke with Roslyn head coach Paul Raymond on the phone last night. He's got a very young team, a lot of 15-year-olds. Some kids that have played rec ball, and it's been a tough go as the batter gets hit there. Parsons will go down to first base, and now the bases are loaded. We're going to have a courtesy runner coming in for Chestnut Hill. Max Dolich will run at first. Andrew Okarma will be the next batter. That curveball over for a call strike. The Bluehawks, as they are known from Roslyn, these are players made up of Abington high school kids. Tapper foul on the third base side. They have been shut out 3 of their first 6 games this year. Lost to Wissahickon 17-0, Upper Providence Monarchs 10-0, and Penn Ridge 18-0. Wind up in the next pitch. That's outside for a ball. Bases loaded here for Chestnut Hill, looking for more. That curveball upstairs for a ball. You can hear the wind through our crowd mic here at the ballpark. There is a threat of rain a little bit later tonight. Hopefully they'll be able to get this game in. That pitch in the dirt gets by the catcher, and the runner from third is going to score. And another run home. It's now 4-0 in favor of Chestnut Hill. Both runners move up a base, second and third. That pitch over the head of the batter, and that's ball 4. So, excuse me, Okarma draws the walk. Third walk issued by Levetsky. And now the bases are reloaded. Here's Jackson Waldalski batting. Left-handed stick, steps in the box, and that pitch is over for a call strike. One pitch. There's a ball hit to second base. No throw, and a run will come home. So an infield single for Waldalski. Give him an RBI. And it's now 5-0 in favor of Chestnut Hill. Alex Emil, the second baseman, fielded that ball cleanly and looked to second, did not throw, thought about throwing to first, and by the time he did, the runner was past the bag. Still nobody out in the inning. That pitch inside for a ball. Beckett Dillon is the next batter. Bases, actually second and third right now, my apologies. Line up in the next pitch, outside for a ball. Again, Chestnut Hill missing about 5 starters, according to their head coach, Mark McGoldrick, who I spoke to before the game, and off to a really good start here. Levetsky winds, next pitch. On the outside corner, call strike. Two-one pitch. Fly ball out to short center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Runner from third's going to score. They do get the runner at second base. So that is the first out of the inning. Dillon a hit, his first of the game. Give him an RBI. And it's now 6-0 Chestnut Hill. McLallen, the center fielder, alertly threw to second as the runner from first got a late start. That pitch gets by the catcher, and another run's going to score from third. 6-0 Chestnut Hill. And this has been quite the long inning for this Roslyn team. Team still looking for their first win of the year. Here's Dylan Anderson batting. That ball gets by the catcher again, and the runner from second will go down to third. Taking a look there at Roslyn catcher Jason Phillips. He's been busy in this first inning. 7 runs have already come across for Chestnut Hill. 1 out. Dillon over at third. Here's the windup and the next pitch upstairs for a ball. Levetsky working from the stretch, winds and delivers, and the next pitch on the corner, call strike. One pitch. Swung on and missed, and now 3-2 the count. The count, my apologies. If you just tuned in, we're live here at Frank Wolfgang Field at Delaware Valley University for the Bux Mont college showcase, as that pitch is upstairs for a ball and Anderson draws the walk. And now we're going to go back to the top of the order with Max Dolich, the second baseman who walked his first time up. Runner from first takes off without a throw down to second. This will be the 11th batter here in the first inning for Chestnut Hill. That pitch popped up and out of play. Oh-2 the count. Levetsky looking to get out of the inning. He winds and delivers, and that pitch popped up and unable to make the catch there is Phillips, the catcher. I want to thank Lou Cohen, who is the president of the Bux Mont, for hosting us today. Lou is on the coaching staff at Chestnut Hill. Count remains 0-2 to Dolich. Here's Levetsky's next pitch. Ground ball past the third baseman, base hit. One run's going to score. They're going to hold the runner at third. Dolich on base for the second time in the game. His first hit, give him an RBI. And it's now 8-0 Chestnut Hill. This team can certainly swing the bat well. I know they're only 2-3 this year, but they've got a lot of talent, and it's just a matter of time before all that talent comes together. First pitch swinging, and there's a fly ball out to deep center field over the head of the center fielder. Eddie Bongard with that blast. One run's going to score. Here comes home another run. Bongard into second with a double. His first hit, give him 2 more RBIs, and the onslaught continues here. It's already 10-0 in favor of Chestnut Hill in the first inning. That pitch fouled out of play by Dylan Tate. Tate doubled his first time up. I believe there is a 15-run rule after 3 and 10-run after 5, as that pitch is fouled at the plate. Runner from second will go over to third on the play. We welcome those fans from the Chestnut Hill area that are tuned in, as well as those in Abington, where Roslyn is based. That pitch outside for a ball. Our network is based up in the Allentown area. We broadcast a lot of Lehigh Valley Connie Mack baseball up there, and happy to be down here in the Bux Mont doing this tournament. Yesterday there were 2 games, and today this will be the final of the 4 that were played here at Del Valle University. That pitch inside for a ball. We're hoping to be down here during the playoffs when they get underway, and of course we'll be following a number of these teams when the State Connie Mack tournament gets underway up in Limeport. Wind up in the next pitch. There's a ball flared out to left center field. That'll be in for a base hit. Another run will come home, and into second base is Tate with his second double of the game and second hit. And now 11-0 Chestnut Hill. Pete Guanadonna will be the next batter. Runner breaks for third, and there's a foul at the plate. Lovetsky still laboring out there as he winds and delivers that pitch on the outside corner, call strike. Surprised we haven't seen a visit from one of the Roslyn coaches just to check on their starter. This is their #1 pitcher, making his 3rd start of the year, but he's been hit around here in this first inning as there's a ground ball hit to short. Throw to first is high, and they got him. Close play as Wandano's retired, and that's 2 down. Nice play there at shortstop by Jack Held. Harrison Konecny will be the next batter. He walked his first time up. The game started with a walk, and 11 runs have already come across. That pitch is low for a ball. Tate, the runner at third, and that pitch on the inside corner, call strike. 1-1, 2 down here in the top of the first. There's a ball hit out to left field, base hit for Konecny. Tate will score on the play, and it's now 12-0. This has been quite the inning here for Chestnut Hill. Safe to say their biggest inning of the season. Sending, 15 batters to the plate already? That curveball over for a call strike. In the dirt for a ball. Parsons, the batter. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and missed. Here's Lovetsky's next pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out, and down goes Parsons. And that will, excuse me, that's only the 2nd strike. I'm sure Roslyn was hoping that was the 3rd. Been a long inning for the Bluehawks. 1-2 the count. Here's Lovetsky's next pitch. That ball foul and out of play. Konecny, the runner at first base. Here's the righty's next pitch, and a ball foul on the first base side. This Roslyn team made states last year. I remember covering them up at Lineport. They have a new coach this year, Paul Raymond. Originally from Connecticut, moved to the Philadelphia area, went to Drexel. Swung on and missed. And throw down to first, they got him. And that will end the inning as Parsons goes down. So here is Jason McClellan leading off for Roslyn. Anderson, the righty, winds, and his first pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. McClellan playing center field today. He was a member of the junior varsity team at Abington High School. Anderson's next pitch, low for a ball. Count now 1-1. That fastball upstairs. Count now 2-1. Ball hit down the left field line and foul. Count now 2-2 to the right-handed hitting McClellan. Here's Anderson's next pitch. Tapper to the third baseman, goes right through his legs. Dillon, that'll be an error. And McClellan, a leadoff runner here for Roslyn. Tough break there for Dillon at the hot corner. That ball took a little bit of a funny hop on the edge of the infield grass and ate up McClellan there, so a leadoff runner on. Here's Jack Held. Runner from first breaks for second. Throw down, not in time. Roslyn being a little aggressive here in the first inning, down 12-0 and sending a runner and McClellan in safely. Jack Held, a very good player, according to his head coach, member of Upper Dublin High School. Pretty good baseball program down there. And that pitch outside for a ball. There are a few Upper Dublin kids on this team for Roslyn, and then the rest are mostly Abington. Anderson working out of the stretch, checks the runner and delivers, and that pitch outside for a ball. Count now 3-0. And if you're Roslyn down by 12, all you want to try and do is get some runners on and just kind of chip away at this deficit. That pitch outside gets past the catcher. Runner's going to go down to third with the throw, not in time. That'll be a walk to Held. And now 2 on for Roslyn. As the home plate umpire cleans the plate. Here's Braden DeSuma batting, the left fielder. DeSuma's been swinging the bat very well for this Roslyn team. He's hitting around 700 according to his head coach. Always has a knack for making contact at the plate. Runner is going to break for second. They throw down. They got him, but the runner from third is going to score. So caught stealing is Held. But on the throw, the run scores. And Roslyn now trails 12-1. Good base running there by McClellan at third. Parsons, the catcher, with a strong throw down to second base. Ground ball hit to the third baseman, and once again, trouble over there for Dillon. That'll be another error. his second of the inning. And a runner at first for Roslyn. That time, Dylan had to backhand that ball and but by that time, the runner was already past first base. Here's Jason Phillips, the catcher. Swing and a miss. Throw to first and the runner back in time. Phillips was on the JV team at Abington High School. The varsity team at Abington, I understand, struggled this year, 5-10. As that pitch is over for a call strike. Abington, a school known for their boys basketball team, always strong in soccer as well. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside, good block there by Parsons, the catcher. And now 1-2 to Phillips. To Zoom at first, 12-1 as we play here in the bottom of the first. Ball hit down the right field line, out of play. Next pitch, a tapper to the third baseman, this time fielded cleanly. Strong throw to first, he got him. Close play there at first, but they got him. That was Dylan. Has 2 errors in the inning, strong throw there. And he retires Phillips. That's the second out of the inning. Here's Ian Dumas batting. Outside for a ball. Foul over on the third base side. Roslyn does have a couple players not here today. Dash Reisner, who was on the Upper Dublin JV team playing tournament ball, and their top pitcher, Tommy O'Neill, who also plays Legion, is not here today. Big swing and a miss. Good fastball there. One, 2 the count here to the left-handed hitting Dumas. Runner at second. Wind up in the pitch. Tapper right back to Anderson. Throws to first and he got him. That'll do it in the inning. But Roslyn gets a run without a hit. There were 2 errors and 1 left on base. We'll head to the top of the second. Chestnut Hill 12 and Roslyn 1. We'll be back with more Bux Mont Connie Mack baseball right after this. And we're back here at Frank Wolfgang Field on the campus of Delaware Valley University for Bux Mont Connie Mack baseball. It's been all Chestnut Hill. They lead Roslyn 12-1 as we head to the top of the second inning. We're going to be joined by a special guest right now, head coach at Penn State, Burks, joining us as we'll give him the headset there, and let's fix your mic there, Coach. There you go.
Thank you.
Coach, you want to introduce yourselves to our thousands of listeners that are tuned in today?
Absolutely. My name is Bryce Kelly. I'm with Burks. I'm an assistant coach. I just recently graduated. I spent 4 years with the program. I just graduated in May.
Okay.
And I'm out recruiting this summer. That's what I'm doing right now. So,
Great. Thanks for joining us today. Andrew Okarma leads off here for Chestnut Hill. That pitch behind the batter. Coach, were you here yesterday too? I know there were 2 games played.
I was here yesterday and Friday as well. Friday was a skill showcase for the younger players, I believe, and then yesterday was another skill showcase for the older group, and then I was here for 2 games yesterday and 4 games today.
Okay. That pitch low for a ball. What kind of talent you seeing so far from the time that you spent here?
Yeah, decent amount of talent. Decent amount of guys. We've seen a lot of younger guys. Guys across all age levels. So a lot of freshmen and sophomore who are just being introduced to the recruiting process. So they're new to it.
There's a ball hit down the left field line, and the third baseman giving chase, unable to catch up to it. That's going to be a foul ball.
Yeah, so just being able to introduce a lot of the guys to this recruiting process and what we'll be in for, down the line here has been awesome. So, yeah.
2-1 the count here to Okarma. Chestnut Hill up 12-1 as we head to the top of the second inning on this hot Sunday afternoon here at Del Valle University. Levetsky, the starter, on for his second inning of work. Righty winds in the next pitch. Outside for a ball. Bryce, where'd you go to high school?
I went to Westchester. They are Boston High School.
Okay, yep. Got some good sports teams down there.
They do. They had a great season this year. They made it to the state semifinals.
Yep. Played baseball down there?
I did.
What year did you graduate?
Graduated in 2022.
Okay. Swing and a miss, and down goes the batter, Okarma. Here's Jackson Waldowski batting. Levetsky's first pitch, upstairs for a ball. So when you're evaluating talent here, Bryce, what are you looking for in terms of, let's start with pitchers. What are some of the things that you're, focusing in on?
So at the D3 level, you're typically looking for righties who are throwing in the mid to low 8s, and these kids are...
There's a ball hit down the right field line and foul.
Yeah, so mid to low 8s, I'd say for righties, and then lefties. Lefties are a luxury in college baseball, so they get a little bit more leniency with the velocity. But so that's the first thing. You take a look at the velocity. I think the second thing I look at is size. So do they have? Are they like whippy? Are they long? I think attributes that pitchers need. I mean, when you look like guys in the MLB like Christopher Sanchez on the Phillies and Jacob Mizorowski on the Brewers, who just killed them the other day. I mean, the guys with those size, I mean, that pops off the charts because they have that extension and that length towards the plate. But it's not all about that. And then for a pitcher, it's important to look at their ability just to command the game.
Mm-hmm.
How do they bounce back?
There's a fly ball on the left side and going back. Nice play there by the shortstop. Jack held, and that's 2 down.
How do they bounce back when things don't go their way? How are they competitive on the mound? And there's a guy out there who's really just, he walks out there with a lot of swag, a lot of confidence, and you can tell that he's out there to get you out, put the team on his back, and get you back into the dugout to hit. Those are the kind of guys that we're looking for.
Okay. 2 down here in the inning. Again, 12-1, Chestnut Hill leading Roslyn. Here's Dylan, the batter. 0 for 1. That pitch outside, 1-0 the count. We're talking here with Bryce Kelly, who is with Penn State Berks. And Bryce, what kind of season did Penn State Berks have this year?
Yeah, so we're in a bit of a transitionary period. We have a new head coach as of this spring, actually. So it's been a whirlwind in college career. I had our old head coach. I had him my first 3 years. We were not very good under him, and then he eventually let go. So a new coach was brought in the fall, and the crazy story that the coach ended up getting hurt, so he was unable to coach for us in the spring. So then Jake became the interim head coach, and that's where we were left at this spring. So it's been a lot.
There's a 2-0 pitch smashed out the right field. That ball carrying, and that ball's out of here. Or actually, I think it one-hopped the fence. Yeah, that's going to be a ground rule double off the bat of Dylan. And Bryce, that's one of the furthest balls I've seen hit today.
Absolutely.
That ball was smashed off the bat of Dylan. That's his second hit of the day. He hit a single back in the first inning.
So our interim head coach began in the spring, and just getting adjusted to that. So basically, where as the season we're really building from not much right now. We had a low number of guys on the roster, a low number of games scheduled for the season, and things are all turning around for our program. We're bringing in 40+ guys next year. We're out hitting the recruiting road hard this summer, looking in town, and with the direction that our new head coach has us going in, I think we're going to turn some heads next year.
Okay.
I'm very excited.
Here's Anderson, the batter. Dylan, the runner at second. 2 down in the inning. And that pitch by Levetsky outside. Your campus, Penn State Berks, is that right off of 222 there? Yeah, I've driven by there many times, and our network based up in Allentown, we do a lot of high school sports, and I get down to cover some schools in Berks County, and I've seen signs for the Penn State Berks campus. There's ball 4, and that'll be a walk, as Anderson will go down to first base. That's the second walk for Anderson in the game, so he's on base now twice. And back to the top of the order, here's Max Dolich, the second baseman. Max has been on base twice. He's walked and singled. How long have you been on the staff there at Penn State Berks for, Bryce?
Just started. I just graduated, so
okay.
Recently.
Yeah.
Very, very recently.
Okay.
Looking forward to being with them for an extended period of time. Our new head coach's name is Barry Boomer.
Okay.
So I'm just on it as an assistant recruiting group this summer, and I'll be working primarily with our hitters when the fall comes around and we start back up.
That pitch outside for a ball. So Dylan down at second, Anderson at first. 2 down in the inning. Playing here in the top of the second. Dolich, the batter. And Levetsky's next pitch. Inside for a ball. How busy is your summer, Bryce, with getting out and seeing some of this talent, down in this area and in other parts of the eastern part of the state?
Very busy, very busy. It's just about every weekend.
Wow.
And it's not just me out here. We have two other coaches, out in the summer recruiting. So we're all over the place. Last weekend I was at Rutgers Camden. for an MSI camp midweek. This week I'm going up to Staten Island, and then next week I'll be in Jersey City. So we're hitting the road hard, and we're not just sticking locally. We're looking to find talent all over the tri-state area.
That pitch upstairs for a ball. Levetsky trying to get out of this second inning. There are 2 outs, 2-1 the count to the batter, and that curveball or inside, that was ball 4, and that'll be another walk. As Dolich on base now for the 3rd time in the game. Here's Ed Bongard, the center fielder. Bongard's been on base twice, reached on an error and doubled. And that pitch low. Bryce, when you're out on the recruiting trail and going to these different tournaments or showcases, if you will, do you have to reach out ahead of time to the organizer of that particular event to let them know that you're coming, and how does that all work?
Yeah, so what happens is the organizer of the event will actually reach out to the head coach of an organization.
There's a base hit out to left field, and that'll bring home another run. It's now 13-1. Give Bongard his 2nd hit of the game and his 3rd RBI.
Right, so the organizer will send out emails to the head coach looking for interest from colleges to attend their event. That head coach will then forward the emails to his staff, and they'll decipher among themselves who will be attending what event, and then you get back to the organizer of the event, say such and such will be here, and typically that's how it goes.
Okay. That pitch inside for a ball.
Some of them are just, you sign up as a coach, like if you're a college coach, you just sign up and show up.
Sure. Here's Tate, the batter. Tate 2 for 2 in the game, that pitch outside.
This event is a little different than most events, because this is Connie Mack. This is my knowledge is it's a league.
Sure, yep.
Almost like Legion ball, it's what it reminds me of. I played Legion ball back in the summer.
Wind up in the next pitch, it gets by the catcher. The runner at 3rd is going to hold.
I was talking with Paul Ferguson, the organizer of this event, and he's volunteer with Connie Mack, and he told me that the showcases yesterday and Friday were free to anyone who was in Connie Mack.
Okay.
Which is an awesome thing, what they're doing here, because most of the events that I go to, it's travel ball organizations. These kids are paying thousands of dollars to travel all over the place and trying to get looked at by college coaches. The fact that these kids can still play in an environment where they're playing with young teams.
Fly ball out to left field, and Dusama makes the catch as Tate is retired, and that'll do it in the inning, but one more run comes across. It's now 13-1 Chestnut Hill. We'll keep it right here. Again, talking with Bryce Kelly, who is with Penn State Berks. Bryce out on the recruiting trail this summer. And yeah, I was going to ask you, Bryce, your thoughts on, seeing kids play Legion ball during the summer and kids playing travel ball. What are your thoughts in terms of, are you a big fan? Are you a big fan of kids staying home and playing with your local Legion team? Or are you more on the side of these kids that want to play travel ball and, like you said earlier, travel up and down the East Coast? Just fix your mic there a little bit. There you go. Sorry.
Here's the best way to summarize. I just finished playing baseball at this games that I remember, people that I remember, were guys who went Legion.
Sure.
Travel ball, that's cool, never going to be really enjoy anything like that, but Legion ball, I think that those guys, because you grew up with them, you grew up around them, there's nothing better than that. That's what baseball is all about. Really doesn't get better than that. So, and, there are pros and cons to it, right? There's travel ball, and they do better than what we've seen when they run events like this.
Where did you play your Legion ball at?
I played it with Westtown Legion.
Okay. What league is that?
I'm quite sure.
Okay. You play on some pretty good teams down there?
Yeah, we did. I didn't forget what the teams are called just because they, every team is different name. I grew up in the Westchester area, closer to like Glen Mills, down that way.
Yep.
So we were West Town.
Okay, yep. Private school down there, West Town?
The West Town School is where
Yeah.
I live by. That's just the name of the.
Okay. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. 13-1 Chestnut Hill leading Roslyn. And due up here is, as I take my lineup out here, it's this strong breeze here. Will Stonehouse, the EH batting. Anderson on for his second inning of work, winds and delivers that pitch low for a ball.
So what I did was I actually played Legion my entire life. I played it all throughout the summers. And then my junior year, which is your most so those kids are 27 right now.
There's a tapper back to Anderson, the pitcher. He'll throw to first, and that's one down. Okay.
We actually came off in 2028, so August 1st is a physical. So, if you guys want to play Legion ball, Connie Mack, stuff like that, and then maybe spend a year playing that's cool.
Here's Bentley Levetsky, the pitcher, batting for the first time in the game. And Anderson's pitch upstairs over for a call strike. Yeah, I was going to ask you, when you're out recruiting, and if you want to share with our listeners that are tuned in, whether they're listening to our audio or we're also streaming it on the Bux Mont YouTube channel, there are rules associated with being out and recruiting, right?
Yep, just like that rule you can't offer 2028 until August 1st. So, like, I can speak to them at these showcases, casually, but you can't extend offers, have them
1-2 the count here to Levetsky. Roslyn with a run in the first. Still without a hit as we play in the second inning. Here's the windup in the next pitch. Swung on and missed, and Levetsky goes down. First strikeout of the game for Anderson, and that's 2 away. Here's Alex Emil batting, the second baseman.
Another cool thing about this showcase is all the kids from Delaware Valley University, so these kids really got to interact with the Delaware Valley University coaches.
Tapper back to Anderson, and that'll be an easy underhand flip to first, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll keep it right here. Again, we're talking with our special guest, the assistant coach over at Penn State Berks, Bryce Kelly. And go ahead, Bryce, I'll let you finish your thought there.
So one way to get recognized is like making most of the whole contract things of that nature is really team games, right? That's where you get most of that college coaches. These got the whole organization. They're really paid to play. Like they go to, like I was at a Rutgers Camden last weekend at the MSI tournament. There was hundreds and hundreds of kids there. I identified about 4 kids that I thought had potential to play college. There was other colleges there, and then identify anyone. So if you're really interested in a specific university, get in touch with that staff and say, hey, are there any games upcoming that I can attend? They'll say, yes, opening like to see interact with that coaching staff, interact with that university.
Okay.
And you don't have to show up without these guys.
Right. How many are you allowed to carry on a roster in college?
Most programs carry anywhere from 8 to 10 players.
Okay.
You'll find colleges that have less. You'll find colleges that have I I would call it like a small army. So
Okay.
some of these, you have to be careful with some of these colleges as well. But that fundraising person, honestly, you go to the wrong place. But I and people travel.
Your roster at Penn State Berks, is it made up of kids that went to high school in Berks County, or you have kids from all over?
Yeah, so like I said before, we're all coaches that so there's a lot of cities, like Berks County, but now we're extending all over the place. So I give transfers towards just this summer who I've given them from Ohio, from Maryland, from New York City, from New Jersey. They come from all over the place, so we're branching out, and we don't really care where you're from. If you can play baseball and you can play it hard, you can play for Penn State Berks. Doesn't matter where you're from.
We have a new pitcher in the game for Roslyn. This is Will Stonehouse. He takes over for Levetsky, who went 3 innings and gave up 13 runs. Stonehouse, a righty. Chandler, the batter here for Chestnut Hill, as that pitch is outside. Bryce, can you hang with me for another inning?
Absolutely.
Okay. Being underneath the canopy here gets you out of the sun, right? This is my first opportunity to come down here to Del Val. I'm from the Allentown area, and I was driving into the campus, and I'm thinking, like, where exactly is this field at? Because Lou Cohen, who is the president of the Bux Mont, said it's kind of out in farm country, and he wasn't kidding.
No, yeah, it's a few minutes to find this field as well. And then once you find it, you got that long walk.
Yeah.
Over here. So,
Yeah, it's a very long walk to the parking lot.
So the interesting thing about Delaware Valley University, I don't know if listeners know, it's like an agricultural school.
Yes. Yep.
The majors are focused around like ag science, turf grass management, animal science. So that's why the campus has agriculture.
Makes sense. 3-0 the count here to Chandler as we play in the top of the third. 13-1 Chestnut Hill. Swing and a miss. And now 3-2 the count.
We actually have a couple of kids coming in next year who are from Parkland, Allen High School, I believe, is in that area.
Yep.
So.
We cover all those schools on our network. There's a ball hit over the head of the second baseman out to center field. It gets by the center fielder, McClellan, and Chandler will hold at first base. So a leadoff runner on. Here's Harrison Konecki batting. Chestnut Hill, 12 runs in the first. Roslyn got one in the bottom of the inning, and another run for Chestnut Hill in the second. Wind continues to pick up here at the ballpark. Throw to first, and it gets by the first baseman. The runner is going to hold the bag. Yeah, you mentioned schools like Parkland and Allen. We just got done wrapping up a very busy spring sports season, and Parkland, a program that I know very well because my alma mater, Emmaus, they're big rivals. So I've seen that rivalry a lot over the years. Allen had an incredible season. Nobody thought that that team was going to be able to make the run that they did. I mean, they won the league and the district. And yeah, it was just such a feel-good story, a program that's been down for a long time. They have a really good coach, Rob Laskowski, who I've known for a couple years, and to see them just put everything together, relatively a young team, as that pitch comes in, and that is on the corner, call strike, throw to first, and the runner back in time. They have an outstanding freshman pitcher that you may have already heard of, a pitcher, a ninth grader that's already getting major league looks. They call him, I'm trying to remember his last name, Willie Alejandro. He's outstanding. I've seen him throw 2 or 3 times this year, and he's really good. We did a Eastern Pennsylvania Conference which is up in the Allentown area, we did a baseball media day event. We had a lot of the coaches on during our show, and a lot of them said, watch out for Allen this year, and they weren't wrong. They have a lot of good talent, and they had a season that those fans and those players will never forget.
That's incredible. Yeah, high school is a little bit different than college. You need two really good arms in high school that you can rotate back and forth with. You can be successful. In college you need a little bit more depth, but if you have those two studs, those two kids in high school who are getting D1 looks and offers, they can take you a long way in postseason.
That pitch to Konechny upstairs for a ball, and he's on base for the third time in the game. He was 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. So 2 on here for Chestnut Hill as we play in the top of the third. Still nobody out.
Did this wind just pick up when I came in?
No, it's been windy all day as there's a wild pitch and the runners are going to hold the bag.
You feel so breezy behind that padded wall over there.
Yeah, well, broadcasting for as long as I have and being out at all these different venues, our network probably covers about 250 sporting events a year, from baseball to softball to lacrosse, football. Do a lot of Legion baseball during the summer, Connie Mack. Also do Little League baseball as well, and I've known for a number of years now that whenever we go out and broadcast, you got to prepare for everything. Today we're dealing with the wind. Sometimes you got to deal with the rain. I've experienced it all, so it could be a challenge at times, but I enjoy being outside as that pitch is swung on and missed. Parsons is the batter here for Chestnut Hill. Again, they are 2 and 3 on the year. They have players from many different high schools: LaSalle College High School, Roman Catholic, St. Joe's Prep, Springfield Central High School. As that pitch is outside for a ball. I'm sure some schools, Bryce, you're very familiar with, those high schools, yep.
When you mentioned that, there was actually a kid yesterday who was at the showcase, and
There's a base hit out to left field by Parsons. The runner at second will hold at third, and now the bases are loaded. So Parsons with his first hit of the game.
and this kid was really good. Doing the outfield was skill showcase. He was lefty. We're looking for some lefty bats in our 27 class. He was a strong arm from the outfield, and I asked him if he was getting much interest from colleges, and we were just going on having a conversation, and I asked him where he goes to high school. He said one of those private schools, and I said, were you a varsity starter? And I said, you must have been a varsity starter. He told me that he was cut from the school program, and I was like astonished. I couldn't believe it, because I was like, he had the physical makeup, he had the skills. Definitely someone I would have been keeping an eye on throughout the summer. But the talent at some of these private schools in the area could be, off the charts. So the fact that he was able to get out in front of some college coaches yesterday was great for him.
Yeah. Here's Gianluca Romano batting for the first time. Bases loaded here for Chestnut Hill. Still nobody out. Up 13-1 in the top of the third inning. These two teams are going to play each other again tomorrow. That pitch on the outside corner, call strike. Chestnut Hill winless on the year. They're 0-6, and probably the last thing that they want to see, Bryce, is the same school same program, I should say, that they're losing to today. Been a long afternoon for Roslyn.
Is Roslyn 0-6 or Chestnut Hill?
Roslyn is 0-6, yep. Yeah, they're a very young team. I talked to their coach yesterday, freshmen, sophomores in high school, some kids that play rec ball. So coach told me that they would be, coming into the season, they were going to go through some growing pains, and they've been shut out 3 times this year. have given up double-digit runs in all of their previous games. So yeah, and you deal with that sometimes with young kids. There's a ball hit out to right field. That's going to be in for a base hit. Runner from third's going to score, and Romano picks up his first hit of the game, and now it's 14-1.
It's pretty official. I feel like I'm
We have a lot of guests on during our coverage of sports, especially during the high school season. A lot of former players we have on, former coaches, booster club members. As that pitch is outside for a ball. Here's Waldowski, the batter. He's 1 for 2 on the day. So you mentioned about being busy almost every weekend during the summertime.
Yeah, we're out. I mean, you can really work as many events as you want to. I try to get out to some of the events with more talent. To become more talented and win some baseball games.
One out of the count here to the left-handed hitting Waldowski.
Process doing this, though. I didn't realize this was something college coaches did in the summer, but some of these events, like, they'll put you up in a hotel, they'll pay for your travels and food, and
I was going to ask you about that, how that all works.
yeah, it's a pretty nice life, honestly. You gotta do too much, you sit back and watch baseball.
Yeah.
You gotta buy a few kids and look good and have a conversation.
A pitch over for a call strike. You bring a radar gun with you to the...
So typically the event that's hosting it has
Okay.
some form of technology. This weekend we had like a track band system, so people track.
There's ball 4 to Waldowski, and that'll bring home another run as Konecki will score from third. It's now 15-1.
I was able to track velocity, RPM, extension, and a lot of
Here's Dylan batting again. 1 for 2 on the day. Bases remain loaded here for Chestnut Hill. And that pitch on the corner, call strike. Do you have friends that are on coaching staffs, Bryce, whether it's in college or other levels?
Yeah. A lot of us who graduated or finished up playing baseball but don't want to leave the game, and that's like a vital option for us to give back to the game that we know. A lot of people that I've met, even along the recruiter field, just this weekend and last, I'm sure I'll be seeing throughout the summer. But yeah, there's a lot of positions, like there's grad assistant positions for a lot of students, so it's like opportunities for kids to, after they finish playing, pursue coaching and have to see what opportunities they can go on and run with. So yeah.
Dylan strikes out on the play, and that's 1 down. First out of the inning for Roslyn. Stonehouse again working in relief. And that pitch on the outside corner, call strike. Here's Anderson, the batter. Dylan Anderson's a product of St. Joe's Prep, played on the JV team there. 16-year-old. That pitch foul to the backstop. How much of a difference is there, Bryce, between players that play Division III versus Division II?
That's a good question. So that's interesting. We actually played a few Division II schools this year before this season. So during our spring break, we played a 3-game set for Bloomberg. I played block games, so we played 4 games first. It's actually we're in 2 out of the 3 games with Bloomberg. They walked us off in the 9th inning in one of the games, so we were right there with them. We just went
Yeah.
We go beat some mid-majors, right? But there's a lot of talent from even some of the schools that we played this year. Eastern's in our conference, Penn State in our conference. We played Arcadia, they're competing for a championship. We played White, they're competing for a championship. So there's a lot of talent at the D3 level.
2-2 pitch, swung on and missed by Anderson. That'll do it in the inning for, or actually, excuse me, that's only the second out as Anderson goes down via the K. So 2 down in the inning as we play in the top of the third, 15-1 Chestnut Hill. I'm Scott Johnston from Eastern PA Sports Network. Hope you're enjoying our live coverage, whether you're listening in or viewing the game on the YouTube channel. There's that pitch over the head of the catcher, and the runners will stay put. And I would imagine when you get to the Division I level, Bryce, in terms of recruiting, to say that that is competitive, it would be an understatement, right? I mean, these are players that are being paid, and it's you know, it's, I don't want to say it's like a war out there to get to land that, exactly, to land that top prospect, but that's what it's become with NIL, right?
Yeah, with this age of NIL, it's changed a lot, and it's changed a lot for high school recruiting as well. These kids are a lot of kids that are transferring. The transfer portal, you know, being a hot commodity, coaches are looking to bring in guys who have 2 or 3 years already of college experience, know what the game is like, how the game is like, and that does do a disservice to high school players, but that also opens the doors for some programs to go and get more talent out of high school.
Max Dolich, the batter, and that 1-1 pitch on the corner, call strike. Bases remain loaded here for Chestnut Hill, up by 14. I believe there is a 15-run rule after 3, so if Chestnut Hill can get a run here, that would enforce that 15-run rule. Here's the pitch. Upstairs.
And I've given some recruits just this summer to guys transferring in from D2 school. Mostly guys who have not seen the playing time that they thought they would have when they came into college, and now they're at that point now where, you know, they just want to play baseball and they want to play what they love, so they level down and come to play the D3.
That curveball outside, Dolich draws the walk. Parsons scores from third, and it's now 16-1. Chestnut Hill. Dolich on base for the 4th time in the game. He has walked 3 times and singled. Here's Bongard batting. 2 hits in the game. That pitch inside. Talk about the campus down there, Bryce, at Penn State Berks. I've never been down there, driven by a number of times, but what's the facilities like down there?
It's a beautiful campus. So it's just outside of Reading, but you're not getting that inner city feel. It's about 10 minutes away from Reading, so there still is, you know, all the things to do, but it's in a more secluded area. It's right across the street from the recreation area. It's not a state park, but it's a something along those lines. It's a really big park called Rings Mill, and that's a beautiful area. It kind of blends into campus. It really is absolutely stunning campus.
Okay.
We're one of the bigger Penn State satellites, but the second biggest. So Penn State Harrisburg is the first biggest. That's like the Penn State's flagship campus. That's not main campus. So
that pitch by Bongard outside for a ball. 3-0 the count, or excuse me, that pitch by Stonehouse outside. 3-0 the count to Bongard.
So we have a good amount of students who live on campus. We also have a decent amount who commute to campus, probably more than, but there's still a lot of people that live on campus, so you still have that college atmosphere.
Romano at third, Waldowski at second, Dolich at first. Bongard the batter. Here's the windup and the next pitch. Over for a call strike. Who's Penn State Berks' biggest rival?
Probably Penn State Harrisburg.
Okay.
Penn State Harrisburg and Penn State Abington, and see if anyone we should join the conference. But we have an established rivalry with Penn State Harrisburg and Penn State Abington, and then also the other two.
Call third strike, and down goes Bongard. That'll do it in the inning as Chestnut Hill picks up 3 more runs. We're wrapping up our segment here with Bryce Kelly from Penn State Berks. And Bryce, for those fans that are listening in, whether it's audio or on our YouTube channel, share with them a little bit about why people should consider going to Penn State Berks, and maybe, you know, some players that are thinking about what college to go to, why maybe they should join the Penn State Berks college baseball program.
Absolutely. Easy selling point, biggest selling point really for
Yes.
that goes a long way. Penn State
Heard the cops have been called.
For me, I mean, I live an hour away from campus, so it was a perfect. It wasn't too far, but it wasn't too close. It's a beautiful area. It was a place that I know I could go and get significant playing time. Our head coach calls it a meritocracy, so you can come in and everyone gets a chance to compete for that starting position. So there's no loyalties, there's no politics. We're very, our as coaching staff, we're honest with you. So you know where you stand with us, and you'll have a chance to come in and compete for playing time right away. Our conference, it's a competitive conference, but it's also a place where you can continue pursuing your academic career as well as your athletic career. So some of these details can be ones that baseball, it becomes basically your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
You're expected to be in the field 6 hours a day. That's a bit much. So
Yeah.
if you're into it like that, you're into it like that, right? But with the D3, you're able to still focus on your academics as well as pursuing your athletics. And that's really important to me because, you know, there's going to come a time when you finish up playing baseball, just like it happened to me a couple of weeks ago. So what are you doing after your playing days are over, and where are you going to find success after your playing days? Penn State Berks offers a wide variety of 4-year degrees. So there's a lot of ways you can go with Penn State Berks. Even aside from baseball, if you go to Penn State Berks and do the 2+2, you know, obviously we're looking for 4-year guys for baseball, but the 2+2 program is an excellent program as well. It's going to be the brain campus. It's going to take 2 years at main campus. But,
Is that what you find a lot, Bryce? Is kids spend 2 years at Penn State Berks and then they transfer to Maine?
yeah, that's a really frequent thing.
Okay.
For our student body, but for baseball, you know, if you come on as a freshman, for 4-year guys, obviously, to build that experience. I couldn't have asked for a better experience at Penn State Berks. On the academic side, it was a rough first 3 years for me, but then we got a new head coach, things were turning around, and I really got to see what college baseball is all about and where I'm headed in the right direction. So we're going to be competitive for years to come.
What kind of coverage does your team get down there? Do they stream their games on? Okay.
Yep. So that's the status for like college athletics. We have a permanent live camera on the top of our backstop. Right. A lot of schools will even have a permanent backstop camera and then a camera in the field. And then we also have an announcer as well.
Okay. Jackson Waldowski is the new pitcher here for Chestnut Hill. They need just 3 outs to wrap this one up as we play in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Again, the 15-run rule, I believe, is in effect as that pitch is inside. Here's Tyzo Cooper batting for Roslyn, the first baseman. The Bluehawks, again, winless on the season at 0-6. They have not even gotten through the lineup as of yet, and for Chestnut Hill, many of their players have already seen 3 or 4 plate appearances. Swing and a miss, and down goes Cooper, and that's one down. Here's Luciano Oshansky batting, the right fielder. A reminder, we'll have the post-game show following this one. We'll be interviewing the winning coach, presumably from Chestnut Hill, unless Roslyn has a big rally in them. They were down 16-1. And again, these two teams are going to play again tomorrow. That pitch over for a call strike. I'm sure you are keeping an eye on the NCAA Division I men's tournament out in Omaha. Who do you like out there?
That's a tough one to say. You know, baseball's such a weird sport. You never know what can happen.
Yeah.
You never know what can happen.
The two teams I really like, Bryce, are Georgia, and I like West Virginia.
Yeah, I was going to say West Virginia as well. I like the energy they brought at their regional. That was something else. And then Georgia's got that stud on their team, so.
Oshansky strikes out, and that's 2 down. And now we'll go back to the top of the order with Jason McClellan. McClellan reached on an error his first time up. Waldowski, the lefty, winds, and the pitch. There's a ball hit up the middle. Nice play by the shortstop. Throws to first. Safe. Yeah, good speed by McClellan to get down the first base line. That is the first hit of the game for Roslyn. Nice play at short by Romano, but not in time to get the runner. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner at first base for Roslyn. Alejandro Amil. And this young man, Bryce, he's only been playing baseball for 7 months.
Wow, the pinch runner?
Yes.
Wow.
As I talked to his coach last night on the phone. 7 months of baseball. And he's playing here in Connie Mack, which is, you know, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. Here's Held, the batter. Jack Held.
There's 2 outs in the inning.
Yes.
Wow, so if they got that last one, it would have been a no-hitter for Chestnut Hill.
Yeah.
Wow, it was a big play there.
Held reached on an error he walked his first time up and scored the only run of the game for Roslyn. Oh, 2 the count. The runner at first. 15-run advantage here for Chestnut Hill. Here's the pitch, and that's low for a ball. Yeah, I actually enjoy watching college baseball more than I do the pros. It's just something about the crowds and, you know, those SEC schools and nothing like it, right? Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And down goes Held, and I think that will be the ball game. It is. Hey, Bryce, thanks for joining me today. Really appreciated your time, getting to know you, and good luck at Penn State Berks.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You got it. And again, the final score, 16-1, Chestnut Hill beats Roslyn. We're going to have the head coach of Chestnut Hill joining us on the air, Mark McGoldrick, to talk about his team's victory. As no doubt about it, in this one, they scored 12 runs in the first inning, added 1 more in the second, 3 more in the third. For Roslyn, their only run came in the first inning, and that was it. The Bluehawks, as they are known, only managed 1 hit in the game, and that was the infield single that we just saw by Jason McClellan. For Chestnut Hill, they certainly hit the ball very well in this game. Max Dolich, the leadoff batter, was on base 4 times. Eddie Bongard, 2 hits in the game. Dylan Tate also had a couple hits and a couple RBIs. So again, 16-1 final.
Hey, we're here with Jackson Wadowski, player of the game. Jackson, what did you think about coming up here and playing on a college field in this atmosphere in the farmlands?
I think it was nice. I mean, definitely a bigger fence means swinging a little harder. I like the cooperative with my teammates and kind of just getting the views. Definitely a lot better than some of our home fields we play on. But I think it was just overall better atmosphere to play in.
And were you all right coming in as a reliever versus starting? I mean, does your mentality change any, at all between a starter and a reliever?
I mean, there can definitely be a little more stress when the games runs are closer. But today, we kind of had a confident lead, and I kind of just came in and did my job, pound the strike zone, did what I could, ended out.
And at the plate, did your approach change with the different type pitcher? I mean, I know he didn't throw quite as hard as we've seen in the past, but does your approach change? Is it harder to sit back and wait a little bit?
Definitely a little bit of adjustment. One of the pitchers had some movement on them, the other one not as much. But you really just gotta line up when you're on deck, do your best to see what you're trying to hit, and I don't know, man, try your best.
All right, last question. So I know Chestnut Hill plays Roslyn again tomorrow. Does the approach change? I had told the team at the end that yesterday the Upper Providence team beat the other Upper Providence team, and they roles reversed today because they played each other again. Are you afraid of a little letdown coming tomorrow, or do you have to keep the same mentality?
I mean, keep the same mentality going into it. Definitely gives us a little bit of confidence boost coming off this win. But, it's a fresh start. Anything can happen. It's just how the game went today.
Perfect, Jackson. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.